Hey, what's going on? I'm Ethan Michael.
I'm Isaiah Ruiz.
And I'm Oscar Rodriguez, and we're here to get the ball rolling to provide you with your weekly sports updates. Welcome to Titan Sports.
Derek Carr has officially signed a multi-year contract extension with the Las Vegas Raiders on Wednesday. The deal includes a 3-year, $121.5 million extension that has a no-trade clause that will run through the 2025 season. Carr has a career best in 4,804 passing yards and had 23 touchdowns this past year. A career worst, however, in 14 interceptions and 40 sacks.
After his announcement, Carr also mentioned his understanding he had towards general manager Dave Ziegler and coach Josh McDaniels wanting someone new. He said, quote, "But the fact that they kept believing in me and watching the tape and saying, wow, we want you to be here for some more years and some more time, that means more to me. Way more than anything of that other stuff," end quote.
Back in 2017, the 31-year-old quarterback signed a 5-year, $125 million extension, making it the richest contract in NFL history at that time. However, as for 2022, Carr is expected to make over $19 million just in his base salary.
The Washington Commanders are under a lot of heat after news broke about owner Daniel Snyder breaking financial laws, owing money to the visiting teams and season ticket holders. According to the U.S. House Oversight and Reform Committee, the Commanders have failed to refund the security deposits, concealed revenue, and held 2 sets of financial books. One that discussed ticket revenue with the NFL and another that included accurate revenue. A letter regarding the issue was sent to the Federal Trade Commission.
The 20-page letter consisted of details of the financial problem, stating that it was, quote, multi-year process of altering records to high revenue that led to more profits for the organization, end quote. According to ESPN, as part of the investigation, former employee Jason Friedman met with the members of the committee on March 14th to discuss the team's workplace.
As if it wasn't bad enough, according to ESPN, there are emails and an Excel sheet that was provided to the committee where Friedman alleged the team possibly retained as much as $5 million in deposits from nearly 2,000 customers.
Former UFC star Cain Velasquez has finally broke his silence amid being charged with attempted murder last month after a shooting he took place in. In a statement he posted on social media, the UFC star thanked his fans and supporters, saying his case is, quote, complex and slowly unraveling as we speak, end quote.
Velasquez was in court this past Tuesday for a plea hearing deal, and the next appearance is scheduled for May 6th. Just to give you guys a quick rundown of the situation, Velasquez was charged with attempted murder and multiple gun assault charges shooting that took place in San Jose, California. Velasquez targeted Harry Eugene Golarte, who allegedly molested one of Velasquez's children's relatives that is under 14.
Velasquez is facing 10 offenses that can put him in jail for more than 20 years if he is indeed convicted. He has been held without bail since February 28th. Golarte, on the other hand, will have to remain in a home detention while wearing an electronic monitoring bracelet and stay away completely from any child 14 years or under. All right, guys, those are our top stories for today. What are your guys' opinions?
Well, I think for starters, I think the pressure is on Derek Carr now because, they had the whole coaching thing last season. Still made it to the playoffs, very impressive. But he didn't have a lot of weapons offensively because also the receiver had that whole, Carr incident. And so now they got weapons. They got one of the best receivers in the league, if not the best, Devontae Adams. Hopefully they can continue their chemistry they had in college. He had great chemistry with Hunter Renfrow. Hopefully they can build on that. And the defense got stacked too. Hayward had a good season as corner, and then Mad Max, and then now they got Chandler Jones. So it's going to be tough division. They have the Chargers, the Chiefs, and then now the Broncos with Russell Wilson. But I think the pressure's on Derek Carr. He has the weapons to see if he's built for this or not.
Talking about that UFC topic, I'm not a big UFC fan, so I really didn't know who Cain Velasquez was. But that is a tragic story to hear about that. I know no one wants to deal with that situation, so hopefully nothing happens to him because I think it was just kind of like a self-defense type tactic. So
I will say it's not the same thing because the owner of the I forgot what was his name, the owner of the Clippers, the previous one?
Donald Sterling.
This is not a Donald Sterling situation, obviously, but what's going to need to happen is what they did with Donald Sterling in the sense of the commissioner and all the other owners are basically going to have to force the Commanders owner out of his job, and he's got to go. I think that's something that's just absolutely shameful. they're already getting made fun of because of their name, but rightfully so, because they're a terrible organization. But they got to go, and he has to go. And this is something that I'm glad is brought to the attention. I'm glad people are, talking about it more. And it's just something that's, I don't know, that's not cool. Like I could say if, as a fan, like if that happened with the Dodgers or if it happened with the LA Rams or something like that, I think that wouldn't be right. And it causes, you put your own organization in a financial situation that you just don't want to be in.
When we return, our very own Briana Beverly will be giving you the rundown of all the news on CSU Sports. Stay with us, Titans.
Hello and welcome back to Titan Timeline. Let's get started. The Titans are hoping to keep the bases busy as the baseball and softball teams will be busy on the diamond this weekend as their seasons are in full swing. The Titans softball team is looking to improve their lead in the Big West Conference standings as they welcome UC San Diego Tritons to a weekend series at Anderson Family Field. The first game starts tonight at 7 p.m. and they will have a doubleheader Saturday afternoon while the baseball team finishes out their weekend series against UC Davis. There will be some weekday action on Tuesday evening as the Titans take on a couple of non-conference schools, with baseball hosting the USC Trojans, while softball will visit LMU Lions for their respective matches that day. Now over to the track and field side of things, the Titans crossed the finish line in their last day of competition at the Bryant Clay Invitational at Azusa Pacific University today. While also jumping into that, the Mount Sac Relays, the meet will take place at Mount Sac today and tomorrow as well, so stay tuned for that. Moving on to women's tennis, our women Titans faced the University of Arizona Wildcats on Wednesday and unfortunately did not take the win. The final score for the non-conference match was 4-3, but no worries here, Titans, because we are hopeful that our ladies will take home the W this weekend. The ladies have 2 matches at home and will take on Cal Poly on Saturday and UC Santa Barbara on Sunday. Both matches will begin at 11 a.m. That is all from me today, Titans. When we return back from the break, join us for our roundtable discussion. We'll see you guys soon.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
But I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Alrighty guys, so let's get started with today's roundtable discussion where I'll be talking about some of the topics and you guys kind of give your opinions on it. So Clayton Kershaw's not perfect game. Thoughts on that? Go.
Well, oh man. All right, so I was in class when it happened, and so I got a text from my mom, got a text from my friend who's younger than me, and then when I sat down, the desk partner, he was talking to me about it as well. And I think that's been a problem with baseball, resonating with the younger audience, especially this TikTok era we live in. So it's so rare that like 3 different types of people are gonna hit you up about a baseball game. Mm-hmm. And 6 outs away, I mean, look, someone as good as Clayton Kershaw could easily have gotten the 6 outs, and I just think they owed it to the fans. I think that, that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's entertainment and it's for the fans. And I just thought it was absolute bogus that they took him out. I mean, they've done this before with Rich Hill twice, actually.
All right, moving to a different sport now. Let's talk a little bit about basketball. So NBA playoff predictions. What are your guys' predictions? I'm going straight for Golden State Warriors. That's just my team. What about you guys?
As much as I hate to say it, I think the Warriors are going to come out of the West. I think when it comes down to it, is Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. Hopefully they could get James Wiseman back. I just think that they have the most experience. Nobody can really guard them. I mean, you can, but I wouldn't say from a standpoint of the fact that you have to. They leave the floor so spread out. You got to start guarding Steph literally from the half court line, and then you got Klay coming back, and then I think it's going to be the Warriors are going to come through. They have the most experience. They have still, I mean, obviously Coach Kerr still there, so I think they're going to come out of the West for sure. And I wouldn't even be surprised if they do it in only 5 games again every team they play against, except for maybe the Suns. As far as the East, I'm going to rock with the Brooklyn Nets. I think there's nobody who can guard Kevin Durant still to this day.
For
So I'll
sure,
rock
for
with
sure.
the Nets.
So going on to talking a little bit about the Lakers, Frank Vogel fired from Lakers. What was your guys' reaction to that? Like, that was crazy. It was a crazy announcement.
I think it's more of the executive board and the Lakers too, because if you think about it, in the past seasons when they had D'Angelo Russell, they had Julius Randle, Kyle Kuzma, and Lonzo Ball, those are all like big time names, and they couldn't even wait for them to grow up as a player. They kind of just traded away, and to be able to be a winning team right away, that's why they traded for Anthony Davis, which was a good trade. But I think if they should have just waited a bit with those players, I think they would have progressively been a little better team, because I think they should have just waited though. But yeah.
Well, I would say for the Lakers, I would love Greg Popovich, but I think Mark Jackson would be a great fit. I think he has a lot of respect amongst all the players, including LeBron James. And as far as those young players, let's just call it what it is. When if that was the any other team like the Kings, for example, that drafted those guys, they would still be there and they would be fine. But the fact of the matter is, when you play for the Lakers, you're expected to win.
All right, Titans, that's unfortunately all the time we have for today, but no worries. We'll see you next Friday. I'm Oscar Rodriguez.
I'm Ethan Michael. And hey, if you liked our show, give us a follow on Instagram at CSUF Titan Sports.
I'm Briana Beverly, and go ahead and give us a follow on Twitter at CSUF Titan Sports. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in.
And last but definitely not least, I'm Isaiah Ruiz. From all of us here in the studio, have an awesome Friday, Titans.